Hey guys, welcome back to Open It and Play. This is Mike, and today we're going to look at the Masters of the Universe, Sun-Man and the Rulers of the Sun. This set is not something I would normally collect, but I thought it was really cool because of the diversity aspect. I know some of you will be like, oh my god, come on Mike. But I have kind of a interest in the thing that wouldn't normally be popular. That was the Bronze Bombers. The Bronze Bombers was the kind of a G.I. Joe ripoff or knockoff, but that was they made a team of kind of all black or all African American, but I think they're all black. They're not necessarily American. I think they're supposed to be from a few different countries as far as I remember. But the lady that came up with that set of toys, she also made this Sun-Man. And she was, I think, living in New York, and her son was interested in He-Man. But he asked the mom, why is there no toys that look like me? His skin color was not represented in those days at all. And the mother was inspired to try to make her own toy company based on kind of like toys targeting minority customers. But I'm not like a super, what can I say? I'm not like super social justice warrior guy, but I do have the family with different ethnicities within. So I think it's cool to have some representation for those people, especially if it's done right. But this one is made for minorities by minorities. I think that's probably the best authentic way to do it. If it's some Hollywood things that we've seen in the past, I don't know, 15 years or 10 years, there's a lot of like emptiness. It's like minority things just for the sake of being minority. There's nothing creative about it, but that's not the way to do it if you're gonna do it. But anyways, these Rulers of the Sun Sun-Man series, this is a 3-pack of more minor characters, but I thought simply from a customizing point of view, these figures' heads are awesome. I do have the problem because what will I do for their hands if I need hands of these different skin tones? But I suppose I'll have to paint some up or make some that match. But I bought this when I went back to America this year, and it was on clearance for $15. And I thought I can use these heads. One head, I thought it could be Triathlon from the Avengers, but when I saw it in person, I realized quite quickly, it's not gonna work for Triathlon. This scales, even though they're short, they have really big heads. So this head is not gonna work for Triathlon. I thought this guy over here could be Triathlon. That was from Kurt Busiek's run on the Avengers. But the other two guys, I just thought I could make them kind of like henchmen or civilian characters. But I'm seriously considering getting a Hulk that is Mr. Fix-It and modifying him to be like a Magia crime family guy. And I thought one of these heads would scale really well with that. So, and it would be kind of cool, just like a character where the head actually fits properly to the size. So, but anyways, without further ado, let's take a look at this guy. I'm sorry, I'm going to turn off the fan that I had in the background because it just started rattling a lot. You can see I've opened the package before. I haven't done a whole lot with these guys. I just kind of took a look at one of them, but I'll turn this guy off and open these guys up. This is the side that I opened before. The art in the package, I should have talked about that when I was babbling, but this art is so awesome. It's so colorful, it's so creative and fun looking. and it depicts like all of the major characters as far as I can tell. The bad guy for Sunman is up here, I think. I don't have his figure that's this scale, but I had his figure also I bought for the head, and then it turned out to be too big, but I bought it for the different scale of Masters of the Universe. But these are the only things that are Masters of the Universe related that I have ever bought, but I just thought this was cool for $15, and I thought I can use the parts for customizing. So, but I'm gonna get this guy out, but I'm not familiar with this kind of product. There we go. Yeah, so the art is really cool. I love the art. I don't think it's probably the original art from the old days, but they made it look retro. Can you see those guys? Yeah, you can maybe see. This review is going to be a little bit weird. I just finished the review from the Baroness figure statue, PVC statue. So I'm going to try to do this in a similar format with the turntable here. Okay, so these guys, you can see their art, or their big cards that go with them. I guess they're cards, or are they actually comics, but it looks like they're cards. But hopefully you can see them. It's hard for me to tell what's on camera because I'm doing this a really weird way. Okay, so they are Kikto, Holographo, and Zap-Man. Let's move the format to be a little bit lower. If I can do this without knocking down all my stuff. Okay, so it was Kikto, Holographo, and oh my god, what was his name again? Zap-Man. That's a great name. Okay, let's look at him. I'll go with Zap-Man first because he's right here. So these are the newer style Masters of the Universe figures. I know nothing about them, but I do know that the Bronze Bomber's creator lady made the project to work with Masters of the Universe. Instead of being rival companies, they're now kind of cooperating after all these years. Kind of interesting the way that works. But okay, so if we take a look at this guy, he's the usual He-Man type of guy, Masters of the Universe. He's got these super squatty small legs and a really big chest with really big upper arms and the usual small arms. I was not really into Masters of the Universe when I was a kid, but it's cool to see these little figures get an update. Okay, his head is softer. It seems to be on a dumbbell joint, and yeah, you can just take it off. Okay, cool guy. There's just not very many figures that have a face like this. He's got a little rat's tail. That's goofy. Okay, and if we look at his posability, these guys have great updated posability. So he's got a ball joint at the shoulder, swivels all around. He doesn't have a bicep cut, but his elbow swivels and hinges. The hinge is not great, but it's also not too bad. And the arm is the same way. Sorry, I don't know if this is focusing. The arm is this, or the hand is the same way, the wrist. It'll swivel and hinge. Okay, and the waist swivels. There is no ab crunch, but don't really need it for guys this size, I don't think. So his leg will kick up to about there. That's really bad, but that's the way these guys are made. Okay, and his knees are the same style. They will swivel and hinge, and they have this kind of kneecap part to prevent him from hyperextending. He does have a boot cut, which is awesome, and then his ankles hinge and pivot too. So he's got that awesome ankle pivot. Really, these guys are so awesome. If I had a collection of guys, this would have to be some of my favorites because of the articulation and the colorfulness of these guys. Let's armor him up. he goes like this, I believe. And these go on here. It says he's Zap-Man, he's the micro laser specialist. I hope I'm putting these on right. I think that's right. But who knows how his things work. Are they kind of like Tesla turrets? Zzz, shock. But he's supposed to be lasers, so it doesn't quite make sense with that. Okay, we'll put him off to the side. Let's look at Holographo. The future scientist is what his little title is. He comes with a kind of a badass, excuse my language, comes with a hardcore blade with a really big, oh geez, I can't think of the name. Oh, my nerd credibility is going down really fast. Oh, I cannot think of it. I haven't said it for ages. Not the hilt, the hand guard, I guess. But anyway, the hand guard or whatever it's called is basically like a shield, really big, and then the pattern matches that which is on his chest, kind of a honeycomb. Let's get him out. Holographo, come out. Holographo is out. Okay, so he's got the same kind of articulation. You can get a look at him. He's got kind of unusual color situation, so that's a bit unique for the choice of colors. It's kind of a weird blue, almost like a light blue mixed with gray, and then strong basic red. And then he has this, oh, it's a little bit loose in there. Hopefully it doesn't come out. Maybe it's meant to, I'm not sure. Okay, we'll put him off to the side. You can see a close-up of his face. I'm sorry, it looks like these videos are a little bit darker than I thought they were going to be. Okay, that's Holographo. If you grew up with these, please let me know in the comments. Oh, I gotta armor him up. Sorry, he's got to get his weapon. I have to arm him, I should say, not armor him up. Okay, there he goes. He's kind of crooking his head to the side. He's like, huh? What's going on? Okay. And the last guy was Kikto. And Kikto has these great little shuriken blade type things. They could be like rotary saws, or they could be like goofy looking shurikens. It's hard to know what they were going for. Since his name is Kikto, I would wager they're supposed to be shuriken, but I don't know for a fact. These fit really loose on his arms. These must go on his legs. Is that right? Yeah, I think they go on his legs. Like that. They do go on his legs. Okay. Oop. Okay, and he even has that little sword. Sorry, I don't know how much the camera's getting. I'm trying to do it halfway looking at the camera and halfway looking at the toy. But okay, there he is. What's this thing in the middle? It's just like a big battering ram thing. But he has really unusual colors, pink and white, with kind of a pearlescent belt. I don't know if you can see that, but his belt is really shiny. But I like this face. He looks very friendly, very kind. It's not exactly the thing that looks scary for a fighting guy, but looks good as a little kid's toy. Okay, I'll put these guys on the turntable, and hopefully they'll work out as a little team. Let's see if this will work. Come on, work. Okay, that is the guys there. if it'll focus. So Rulers of the Sun, Sun-Man. It's a little 3-pack of Kikto, Holographo, and Zap-Man. Yeah. The art is so cool. That's the thing that really got me. But hopefully I can use these guys for customizing. Otherwise I might have to give them away to somebody. So they're not the thing that I would normally collect. Just kind of cool and kind of obscure, and it's neat to see these obscure things from the past come back and be done properly. The Sun-Man figure that I got, that is the larger, like 7-inch scale, he was not really done properly, unfortunately, so I was a little disappointed they made misprints on his packaging and stuff like that. But anyway, these guys are cool. Okay, thanks for joining me. See you on the next one.